Welcome to Momedharam. In this video, we will see what is typecasting in Java. Typecasting is nothing but the process of converting data from one data type to another data type. Here, we are just changing the data type and we are not modifying the data. In Java, we have mainly two types of data types are there. One is primitive data types and the second one is user defined or derived data type. Primitive casting, the process of converting data from one primitive data type to another primitive data type is called as primitive casting. Derived casting, the process of changing the type of object from one user defined data type to another user defined data type is called as derived casting. So in Java, typecasting is divided into two types, that is primitive typecasting and derived typecasting. Now we will see each type in detail. This primitive casting again divided into two types. One is auto-widening. Auto-widening is the process of converting data from small sized primitive data type to big sized primitive data type. We have primitive types like byte, short, int, long, float, double. In this diagram, we arranged based on their sizes. Byte is having small size, short is bigger than byte, int is bigger than short. So the process of converting byte to short or int or long is called as auto-winding. In this example, we have created byte b is equals to 100 and we are trying to assign this byte value to the int value. So int I is equals to b. Here it is not giving any error and it is accepted that value, and when we print that one we are able to see 100. So here we are converting small type to big type. This type of conversion happened implicitly, so we can say this type of conversion is auto-winding. Explicit narrowing, this is the second type of primitive casting. Explicit narrowing is nothing but the process of converting data from big sized primitive data type to small sized primitive data type. If you see in this diagram, double is bigger size, so we are trying to convert into lower size float, and float long is lower than float and we are trying to convert, and the int data type is smaller than long data type. So the process of converting big data type to small data type is called as explicit narrowing. In this example, we have declared a long L is equals to 1000, and when we are trying to assign this long value to the int, we have to explicitly convert into int. If we see another example, we have created double D is equals to 1 2 3 4, and if you see I have commented the line number 9. Here it is giving error because what we are trying to assign D to float. This D is bigger size, so we are trying to assign for lower size. So that is the reason here it is giving what it is giving. Required type is float, provided is double. So to solve that one, we have added in the line number 10 float f is equals to float of d. So we are explicitly converting the data type here. So this type of converting primitive data type from bigger size to lower size is called as explicit narrowing. The derived casting is again divided into two types. One is auto-upcasting. Auto-upcasting is nothing but the process of changing the type of object from subclass to superclass is known as auto-upcasting. If you see here, we are having byte, short, integer, long, float, double. These are all the wrapper classes. We can say these are all the objects. So we are trying to convert this objects to its superclass number. So this kind of conversion is called as upcasting. In Java, the upcasting process will be automatically done. That is the reason we are calling this type of conversion is auto upcasting. In this example, we have created a superclass A and we have created one more class subclass which is extending superclass A, and we have created subclass object here subclass B is equals to new subclass. And when we are trying to assign this subclass object to superclass object, this superclass object is accepting the subclass object. This type of conversion we can say as auto-upcasting. The another type of derived casting is explicit downcasting. The process of converting object from superclass type to subclass type is known as explicit downcasting. We are trying to convert superclass object to its subclass. Let us see an example. In this example, we have created superclass A and we have created subclass B which is extending superclass A. First we have created a object for superclass, and when we are trying to assign that superclass object to its subclass, so line number 4 is giving error saying that required type is subclass B but provided superclass A. So here automatic casting is not happened, so we have to explicitly mention the type of subclass. So in the line number 5 we see subclass B is equals to we are converting explicitly. So this type of casting is called as explicit downcasting. Now we will talk about what is boxing and what is unboxing. Boxing is nothing but the process of converting primitive data type into its corresponding wrapper class object is called as boxing. Unboxing is nothing but unwrapping the wrapper class object into its corresponding primitive content is called as unboxing. We have byte, short, int, long, float, double are primitive types, and we are trying to convert these primitive types into corresponding wrapper classes byte, short, integer, long, float, double. This process is known as auto boxing. The process of converting wrapper class objects into its corresponding primitive type is called as unboxing. Let us see an example. Int I is equals to 100. This int is primitive type and we are trying to convert into integer its corresponding wrapper class, so it is accepting. The same way we have created double d is equals to 1000. We are also converting this primitive double type into its corresponding wrapper class. So this process is called as boxing. This boxing is automatically happen. That is the reason we are calling this one as auto boxing. Now we will see some other scenarios to understand more about this typecasting. We have created a class typecasting. In this we have two overloaded method m1 method. This method is accepting int primitive type and this method is accepting long wrapper class. In the main method we have declared a value int I is equals to 1 2 3. Now we will call this method 1 of this overloaded method by sending int primitive data. Let us see what will happen. If you see, int data type is executed. When you call a method by using primitive data type, compiler first it will check for the same data type is there or not. If it is there, then that method will be executed. Now let us do some small change here. We will change it true from int to long. Just we changed the argument here. Now let us run the same program. When you run the same program by changing the data type, it is executed long data type. So when you call a method by sending primitive type, first it will check for the same data type. If it is there, it will execute that. If it is not there, then it will try to find the bigger size of that corresponding primitive type. So here we are having long. That is the reason here it is executed. Now let us change this long to integer. Now let us run the same program. If you see, it is executing this integer wrapper class. In this scenario, it is first it is checking for same data type is there or not. It is not there. After that it is checking for bigger size of that corresponding primitive type. It is not there. If we both are not there, then it is checking for corresponding wrapper class. So in our example, corresponding wrapper class is there, so this method is executed. Now let us change this wrapper class integer to some other like double. Now we have changed it to double wrapper class, so it is giving error. So compiler first it is checking for same data type, it is not there. Then it is checking for bigger size of primitive type, it is not there. Then it is checking for corresponding wrapper class, then it is also not there. That is the reason it is giving error. Let us add some other method. We have added. Now let us change this to number. So when you create a new method as type number, it is not giving error. Now let us run this program. If you see, it is executed for number class. Based on this example, we understand first it will check for same data type is there or not. If it is not there, then it will check for bigger data type. If it is that also not there, then it will check for corresponding wrapper class. If it is not there, then it will check for the superclass object. So then it is found the superclass object number, so then it is executed. If this one also not there, then compiler will give error. Let us change this to boolean. So this is giving error. Based on the examples, we have understand that if we pass primitive data type as an argument to the method call, compiler first check for a method which takes same data type as an argument. If it is there, that method will be executed. If such method is not there, then it will check for methods which takes big sized primitive data type, then the passed data type. This is called as auto-widening conversion. So if that big size is also not there, that means auto-widening conversion also not possible. Then it checks for method which takes corresponding wrapper class type as an argument. So in this case it is trying to do auto boxing conversion. If this auto boxing conversion also not possible, then it checks for method which takes superclass type as an argument. If it is there, then that method will be executed. If that also not possible, then compiler will give compile time error. This is all about different types of typecasting in Java. Hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.